Hello, we are going to continue on with decimals by actually reviewing identifying fractions. So let's go ahead and start by reviewing some vocabulary. We have numerator and denominator. The numerator is the top number and the denominator is our bottom number. Let's look at an example and talk about what those mean. Numerator, top number, denominator, bottom number. The denominator is where we're going to start, and when looking at a shape or a hole that I have, the denominator tells me how many pieces the shape is cut into. So I need 4 equal pieces. There we go. The numerator, or 3, the top number, tells me how many pieces I have or how many pieces are shaded. So we need 3. 1, 2, 3. This is now a model showing 3/4, which is an equivalent right here. Let's move on. I'm going to identify some more models here. I first need to figure out my denominator. So I'm going to write my fraction bar and start counting how many pieces this shape is cut into. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces, which means my denominator is going to be 10. Now I'm going to identify my numerator, which is how many pieces I have or shaded. And I have 1, 2. The cool thing about this is that I can just leave it as 2/10 and move on. I don't need to worry about simplifying. Easy peasy. All right, let's go again. I'm going to start with my fraction bar and start counting the pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces, which becomes my denominator. And then we're going to count the shaded pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as my numerator. That's a regular fraction. And last but not least, in this one, we're going to have a mixed number because I have 2 models, one of which is completely filled up and the other is part way. So in a mixed number, I have a whole number, which will be represented here, and a fractional piece, which will be represented here. So I'm going to start here. I already know this is 1 whole because all of the pieces are shaded. I have the entire whole. I'm going to move on to here and do the same thing that I've done before by counting the denominator and then the numerator. This is also 10 pieces. And then the shaded part, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 6 pieces, which becomes my numerator. But I don't have 2 separate models here. This represents 1 number. So I need to put my 2 pieces together, and I have 1 and 6/10. This is a mixed number. One of the things that I want to mention here is that I have not simplified any of my fractions, and that's okay. I don't need to simplify, and all of my models have been a denominator of 10. My first example was 4, just to give a simple one because drawing 10 is a little bit difficult, but we're going to be working when we start decimals in all 10s. Something to keep in mind and hopefully will be a good tip for you as you continue on with your levels. Good luck.